I mean, over the last few years, Ranjan, you became an authority in auctions, and actually to a level where you're now invited onto the biggest stages around the country. And only a few months ago, you spoke at an amazing, large property event, 700 people in a room on the same stage as Lord Sugar, Chelsea Football Club, the whole thing. And we actually got a short clip from that event.
Okay.
And I want to quickly show it and then ask you a question about that. So let's get this clip.
What I'd like you to do is put your finger in the air and turn it round in a clockwise direction. Right. Don't worry, I'm not trying to hypnotize you. That's later. Just watch your finger as it goes in a clockwise direction. Now, lower your finger to waist level, still rotating it in a clockwise direction. Now tell me, what direction is your finger moving in now? Anti-clockwise, yes. It's the same set of facts. From this angle, it is this. From that angle, it is that. Most of your competitors, most of the people that look at auctions are seeing this.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
That was excellent. So, Ranjan, what's all this about then? Okay, so obviously, yes, I can see my finger, it's clockwise, and then down here, it's suddenly anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
What does it mean for a property investor? What does it got to do with auctions?
Yes, no, it's a very good point. No, the thing is, it's just a simple way of demonstrating how you've got the same set of facts, but from one point of view, it looks like something, and from another point of view, it looks like something else.
And the skill is to learn to look at these other angles, see the same thing from a different view.
That's it.
Okay.
And often, the current owner of a property is only seeing a property in one way.
And so do most people in the auction room, correct?
Exactly. They're not seeing those angles. You know, we talked about the earlier. We talked about the shop where we split the rear into a flat. Now there was only one other bidder, you know, that was interested in that property. So I'm reasonably certain that there weren't many people looking at that.
They don't see the
property.
angle.
Yes.
And I remember you told me stories where the other bidder looks at you a bit kind of with pity, thinking you overpay because he doesn't see your angle.
Yes.
He looks at his numbers and says, that doesn't work. Okay. And then you have a totally different strategy with that.
And you know, this is the common mistake. I mean, I speak at events around the country on auctions, and people say to me, I was at one last night, and someone said to me, well, you know, I don't really see these auction bargains. I've been to a few, you know, I've looked at the catalogues, and I'm not seeing them. They seem to be going at silly prices.
Because they look at it this way,
But
correct?
no, I'm asking them what they're looking at.
All right.
And it turns out that what they're looking at are just 2-bedroom flats. And they are 2-bedroom flats. There's only one angle to look at them.
That's
There's
true.
nothing you can do at them. Everyone's looking at them from that angle.
2-bedroom flats.
There's not much you can do with it,
Yeah.
really. You know, you've got to look at stuff that's out of the ordinary. And I think that a lot of people, when they come to auctions, they're too used to looking at typical ready-made properties that they've been used to buying through leafleting from estate agents and stuff like that. What you've got to do with auctions to get the bargains is see stuff that ordinarily looks like that, but you're looking at it from a completely different standpoint.
Let's talk about one specific example. So for the viewers and listeners, so give me the shop example that you discussed earlier. What can you do with that? Why is that a great example?
I mean, typically with shops which are very deep,
it means like narrow and
narrow
long
and
into
very,
the back.
very long,
Okay,
30, 40
I've seen
feet
it,
deep.
yeah.
The rental value, the commercial rental value is all in the front part of the shop. The back part of the
It's
shop...
normally storage, isn't it?
Storage,
That's not retail area. Yeah.
And normally rents in commercial shops are done on a price per square foot. The premium area, which commands a higher price per square foot, is the space near to the front window.
Yeah.
The rear part is worth often half or a third of what the front prime space is worth.
So what is the clever thing you've done with that property, Ranjan?
The simple strategy is to take those properties and say, apply for simple planning permission, which says, okay, we're going to have a smaller shop at the front, which it benefits from that prime rental per square foot, and convert the rear into some kind of flat.
And on the flats, it doesn't matter where they are, they demand the same rent.
Yes, exactly.
So you get a lot more out of the same thing.
You
this
get
is
a lot
classic
more
profit
uplift.
angle.
Yes.
And you bought multiples of those, and many people in the auction room have not seen that because they didn't know the angle.
Yes.
They look at the shop, they do their numbers, doesn't work, they
Yes.
disregard it, and you pick them up.
Yes. And another classic angle, again, is family houses, which don't work for families anymore. Again, you know, you've seen tons of these that we've purchased where family house is in a slightly busy road, it has a few shops on it, and it's not where family wants to live. But as a rooming house, rented out to individual tenants, renting out a room in a shared house, that's exactly where they want to be, close to the shops,
it's
on the high street,
and
near to the bus stop.
Much more rental yield, of course, for the property.
Yes.
Yeah,
so something that doesn't work as a family house suddenly works as a rooming house.
So these are just 2 examples, but you got many of those 13 profit angles. I remember you showed me some examples from your portfolio where a simple water damage that you quickly identified as just a leaking, what was it, a guttering.
Yes.
People didn't buy the property because they didn't know what was wrong. You quickly identified it and you picked up a massive bargain, fixed it overnight literally, and had created value like this.
People tend to overestimate the cost of putting right relatively minor defects. And, you know, I've developed a whole set of checklists where people can go out to a property and really spot the big things which are serious problems. And if you are going to go, I'm saying don't go for it, but go in with your eyes wide open that these are going to cost you this sort of money to put right. And some minor things that look a lot worse than they actually are, such as simple guttering.
Yeah, you mentioned
it.
I was blown away because it looked really bad when you showed me the photographs, but you saw that. So people underestimate or overestimate the cost of small things. At the same time, you mentioned in our last talk, they underestimate some of the bigger problems. And this is how people actually get burned, or this is how all the horror stories come out, yeah?
Absolutely.
Auctions. But again, you have many checklists and rules how to safeguard against.
Yes.
Cool.
It's all about learned experience. And if you don't have it, then, you know, you've got to make some mistakes, if you like, to learn that. But if you can shortcut all of that, then obviously that's beneficial.